Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's coming up on 7 a.m. on a chilly 40-degree morning here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Um, I'm running late this morning, and I want to tell you guys why. I made a 10-minute video. I started making about 5 a.m. After watching more of the news, reading some more information on the internet, uh, looking over Donald Trump's responses, his declarations of emergency, I had to delete my video. So this is a remake. Here's the reason why. Initially, I think I cut Donald Trump too much slack. I did. I had seen stuff on Facebook and elsewhere where a lot of people were claiming that Trump fired the pandemic response team, which isn't quite true. I believe he cut the funding to the CDC, and as a result, a lot of people resigned, unable to do their jobs. It's, some people could say it's a half dozen one and six of the other, but so I got a feeling that everybody was just I don't want to say scapegoat, but it was pointing the finger at Donald Trump. And I'm no fan. Believe me, I'm no fan. And I believe in my first video, I cut him a little too much slack. So I just deleted it. And this is why. I started reading more of his exact quotes, all the text from his meetings with the press, what he said in these public briefings. And I just had to delete my video. Trump deserves a lot more blame than I initially gave him. You know what? I didn't want to be just one of those angry people blaming Donald Trump for everything. And I don't think that is a helpful. I don't think it's helpful when you're just angry and you're not being rational. And I thought that's how things were starting to go. After reading a lot of his exact quotes, word for word, seeing the briefings he's held, I had to back up off that. He deserves all the blame he's getting. I'll be honest. His response has been less than it's been. This is the reason. This is the reason I believe a lot of us feared. One of the reasons a lot of us feared that we didn't want him for president. People will simplify it and say, "Oh, it's just sour grapes over Hillary. You wanted Hillary, and now you're angry." And it wasn't that at all. I wasn't even a big fan of Hillary's, but I was more scared. I was more fearing of Donald Trump. Look, he might have been a good New York land developer. He might have been a good bullshitter in Manhattan, but he's not cut out. He doesn't have the temperament. He does not have the temperament, the ego, and the skill set to deal with this job. He does not take advice. He does not, he doesn't learn from his mistakes. He doesn't admit his mistakes. And as we all know, that's not a recipe for an intelligent, continually evolving, learning person. Learns from their mistakes, admits their mistakes, and some of the most troubling quotes. The reason I deleted my first video this morning was because of just one simple quote I saw and I heard Donald Trump say. Stay calm, it'll go away. That was it. Stay calm, it'll go away. And he said it more than once. I believe it was during the declaration of emergency, when he declared the national emergency just yesterday, Friday or Thursday. And he said it a couple times. That's his advice. Stay calm. It'll go away. He's underestimated this thing. And, as I was reading over everything about his underestimations, his false claims of a vaccine being ready way before, it's going to take, rough ideas, 24 to 36 months. That's just how long it takes, even cutting corners. And Trump was saying, what? A month or two or something ridiculous. You can't be the leader of billions of people and put out this false information. It creates more panic. And in turn, this is the thing, and panic creates the stock market going haywire. Donald Trump is his own worst enemy. His ignorance and his ego are his own worst enemy. The bottom line is we deserve better than a leader that in a situation. And here's another thing, just one more quick point. Look at this as a test run because it could have been and it will be a hell of a lot worse in the future. There is going to be something coming down the pike that's going to be a lot. That's going to make this look like a walk in the park, and let this be a learning period for that. We need a leader that's going to say more than it'll go away. Stay calm, it'll go away. We can't have somebody in charge that doesn't know what's going on himself. This is one of the other things that just made me think that Donald Trump deserves all the blame he's getting is his day-to-day contradictions of his own statements the day before, even the same day, contradicting his own statements, and even worse, contradicting healthcare professionals, people that do this for a living, people that have been doing this for 40, 50 years. And this is the exact point in time where a man who says, I know the most about construction, I know the most about war, I know the most about military weapons, I know the most about viral diseases. Well, this is the moment. This is the moment where we realize that he has the wrong temperament. This was a mistake. He doesn't know the most. When he contradicts healthcare professionals' own estimations, their own advice, it creates unsurety. It creates panic. It creates chaos, and in turn, the stock market goes up and down. What we're doing, we have a virus that could have been a lot worse, and I believe at this point, I believe that Trump's actions are making the situation worse. It's almost creating a second wave of situations. I mean, we've got people here. The Walmarts, I could not believe pictures of the supermarkets around here. The shelves are cleaned out. Toilet paper's all gone. Why toilet paper? If we can't handle a relatively small mortality rate like this right now, and like I said, it's bad. I'm not underestimating. Believe me. And I don't know where it's going to go from here. But I do know this: it could have been a hell of a lot worse when you look at stuff like SARS and Ebola and stuff like that. This looks like a walk in the park so far compared to stuff like that. And look at our response. We need somebody in charge that takes advice, that's willing to hand the reins over to people that know the situation, healthcare professionals, And his ego does not allow for that. This is the point in time where I think it should become evident, even to the hardest Trump supporter, when their own family members start getting sick, when they can't buy a freaking roll of toilet paper, that maybe we have a problem in our leadership. All right, you guys have a good, healthy Saturday.